Shira Rose for a little card reading and sound. Thank you for being with me this morning. Nice, beautiful overcast day here in San Diego. We call it May Gray. We were trying not to say those words. All the locals were like, well, it looks like it's not going to happen, but it's kind of happening. By noon, it should clear out and be sunny. And you gotta let the earth do its thing. You can only bring the sunshine from within. Shine your light on the path that you walk every day. So here I am, hopefully going to share some of the sunshine with you from inside my heart. I have been feeling a lot of heat this morning, moving throughout my body. I've got family coming into town, so maybe just that love, the Kundalini's adjusting, because I'm going to be having to adjust my life to fit with the flow of the family unit. I'm usually a single person going through my days in the way that I am pulled and I flow, and there's going to be other people on this journey with me for the next few days, so I'm excited, and I really appreciate you also being on this journey. We are connected in spirit, so I welcome you into the family. The energy is a thing. It's totally real, and I really do feel it, and I appreciate you connecting here, so thank you. I'm going to go into the Astro Codes deck, of course. Let's see, it is April 14th, I think. I'm really not good with the dates. We have a Mercury Kazimi in the next 24 hours, so that's super exciting. Revelations, and Mercury is how we communicate and travel, and how technology facilitates all of that. So I believe there is a journey, not in our minds, but just it's a journey that brings about almost inspiration here as Mercury goes passing in front of the sun. And I also have, in honor of the event, these Louise Hay wisdom cards. This was literally my first deck of cards, so I'm glad to bring her out. And Gianna, whose space I am in right now, she is allowing me to use not only the space, but she has such a great collection of cards. So Doreen Virtues, Mary, Queen of Angels. I've been loving this deck. Very, very moving. Without further ado, let's get into this. Having a little bit of sound for you. those frequencies were tuned to lower chakras. My head and my face really feel the heat. I'm going to clear the crown with the crown chakra bowl, opening up space, connecting with the divine. Frequency. Back down to the root. So we can effectively communicate what needs to come through for everyone here. Well, that was easy. Here we go. Number 37, Descendant. Invitation. So the Ascendant is also known as our rising sign, which is part of the big three. Everyone asks, it's your sun, moon, and rising. That's your Ascendant. Descendant is right across the circle from the rising sign. We're going to go, I will read the words. The Descendant, number 37. And I need my glasses, so excuse me while I reach over there. Thank you for your patience. While the Ascendant describes how you enter the world, the Descendant is the place where you invite equal others to come into your world. It describes how you see these peers, what you project upon them, and what you were trained to respect in them. The Descendant is where the sun would be at sunset when you were born. Look at how you invite others to dance with you, to relate. Be welcoming while also keeping healthy boundaries in place. Once you feel comfortable about your ground rules for the people you bring into your life, it's easier to open your heart. So creating that safe space. Inviting equal others in. That's a hard one. Gotta use some judgment in that. If you notice that you keep people at a distance or avoid meeting new people, investigate this habit. Though it might have been important to protect you at one time in your life, consider how it's working for you now and what would help you feel safe enough to open this door. Also notice in what areas of your life you ask other people to do your work for you. The Descendant can point to what you might try to import from other people. While this practice can refer to an important skill in a work situation, it has its dangers in personal relationship. If you feel disempowered, you might be drawn to powerful people. If you're an extrovert who inwardly craves emotional and spiritual intimacy, you might draw in someone who helps you cozy up at home. It's wonderful when others can help you develop latent characteristics within yourself. But if you ask them to do this work for you and they leave, there goes your resource. If you see them as only an extension of yourself, you can't really see them. When you develop your own resources, you can see these others as whole beings with their own needs and gifts. I'm reading this book called The Powers of Two, and it said that like it takes, multiple hours of interactions before you can actually see somebody for who they are. We tend to just want to project ourselves and see, our own point of reference in other people's beings, and it takes a moment, really, like hours actually, to get to that space where you can actually see who they are and what they're trying to say without that cloud of your own personal perception. Tend the inlet to your heart. Invite in relationships that are clear, healing, nurturing, self-responsible, and encouraging of mutual evolution. Love that. I'm going to do one more card. It seems to be about relationships, so we're going to see how we can relate this to the cosmos within ourselves. Here's the 12th house showing itself. Ooh. Number 50. Let's read up on that. It's introspection. That's good. This is this is exactly what I wanted to kind of go deeper into when I was reading about the descendant, how we can go a little bit deeper in order to relate to others. If your chart were a village map, the 12th house would be a quiet place. The sun is in the 12th house just after sunrise, a time for prayer and meditation, for dreaming our deepest dreams. The 12th house is your inner child's world, containing both the fairyland into which you might escape and the monsters that live under your bed. Introspect. The situation is complex, so learn what's going on behind the scenes before you act. Look for private motives, hidden enemies, and surprise angels. Take time alone to develop an idea or listen within. The 12th house speaks of both who you are when no one's looking and the fact that your fate is inextricably linked to every other sentient being. Work with this metaphor. We are all cells in the body of the divine. It's essential that you take care of yourself, your individual cell, and honor who you are. But you also must acknowledge that you work within an organism, for example, your family or culture, which operates within your body of all creation. If you just take care of yourself and disregard the rest, you become a cancer that brings illness to this great body. If you deny your individuality, you can't do what you were meant to do within the macrocosm. Both realities are clear and true. You do exist independently and you are part of the collective. It's just a perspective shift. It's impractical to get lost in oneness, whether in spiritual bliss or over-identification with the group, and neglect your individual health. But it can also be spiritually painful to feel stuck in the isolated single-cell mindset. Spiritual practice can help you find a healthy midpoint between a disconnect, lonely state and a state of connection to one another, to a cause, or to the divine. Grounding helps you return to your personal path. do. It's very difficult, but very rewarding. It wants to show itself as mercy here. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. I am. All right. Mr. Ganesh. Mercy, Mother Mary, merciful, Queen of Angels. It was an interesting thing when I first saw this deck. I was like, what? I'm like, oh yeah. She was visited by angels, communicated with the angels. As an earthly being, having that type of power. She was inspired to song when the angels visited her. Beautiful sound and words being created through that interaction with the angels. So I'm just getting chills all around my shoulders. It's just a beautiful, beautiful image. Notice the way in which you relate to people, including yourself. If you are kind and thoughtful towards others, you will have higher self-esteem. While you can't control how another person treats you, mercy and compassion are usually returned in kind. And sometimes the mercy and compassion is not returned from the object that you've granted, the being that you've granted mercy and compassion to. But look for it within the entire organism, this huge collective. There is a well of mercy and grace, compassion being bestowed upon all of us. Sometimes it's not coming from exactly where you want it to, but it exists, it's there. Being relaxed and open to where that energy comes into you and your aura can invite it in. All right. I'm feeling this one. A. We haven't done a third eye. A is for our wisdom, like we have right here in this Louise Hay deck. All right. I release the past with ease and I trust the process of life. Thank you. I do not use yesterday's mental garbage to create tomorrow's experiences. I create fresh new thoughts and a fresh new life. How funny. I was looking at that. I saw it as an alligator. How cute. Just being creative this morning. Well, close out. Thank you for joining me today. I loved that. Reading a nice soft one. Where's my table? Yes. Let's do a little sacral chakra. Every day a new creation. We are so lucky to regenerate. And the power that we have to consciously release things. And unconsciously. I'm grateful for my dream space, for my energy that draws me into spaces to free the body, the mind. Thank you. Happy trails to you. Happy adventuring. May the sun shine upon you as well as from within you. Let's move through this day knowing that we are supported by one another. I believe in you. I love you.